All right, Spencer, so I agree with you, buddy. I've been looking forward to getting you on the video here because you've kind of overcorrected the shorter swing. When I've seen you out the tournaments the last few weeks, that swing is only to there. And again, I'm very happy that you've shot the scores you've had with that short of a swing and that you've been able to still hit the ball a decent distance, and that's because you're dead on the plane line here on the downswing. So that's giving you a lot of distance, and then that rehinge is happening beautifully from that face-on angle through impact. So those things are giving you a lot of distance, especially when you consider that you're not having much of an arm swing back, not much of a shoulder turn there. So your shoulders have only turned about probably 60 degrees there on the backswing. Now, again, I don't want you to overcorrect it and be, where you were back in the winter time, back in February, because when you made that long swing, look how bad those arms look through impact compared to today. Those arms look a lot better at that point in your follow-through, and your head looks better even. Okay? So yeah, I don't want you to get to the point where the club's going past parallel or something like that. But what we see here today is when you tried to keep going back farther and farther and farther, this is all that resulted. Was about that. You kept trying to go back farther and farther and farther. That's all the farther it went. You kept going farther and farther and farther. Farther and farther and farther. I think that was the longest one today, maybe, with the iron. Then with the 3-wood. And then this last 3-wood that you hit real well. This is you trying to take it back as far as you possibly can. So here's this last iron that you took it back the farthest today compared to the first iron we saw today. Right there. So you see how that club head got past the board, but starting out today, it just got about even with the board. So yeah, you took it back farther. You see mainly your arm got back to parallel, at least, the left arm, whereas it was even shorter parallel starting out today. And the reason you wanted that was to get more distance, and sure enough, we saw you getting more distance today. And it was going higher. So like I said, it's been amazing to me, even seeing it at the tournaments the last couple of weeks, that with this swing over here, you could even shoot some of the decent scores you've shot here the last couple of weeks, man. And you've been fairly consistent with the ball flights. That's helped you to shoot those pretty decent scores in the low to mid 80s the last couple of weeks. So I love the consistency of it. And like you, I'm concerned. I don't want you to start swinging so big that you get out of control again and your arms get bad through impact. They're still looking pretty good there through impact. So yeah, buddy, we'll keep it monitored. I don't want you to start swinging so big that you lose the consistency you start developing nicely the last few weeks. All right? Any questions about that, bud? Or other thoughts? But that will definitely give you more distance and help the ball get higher. This is Joel Suggs. I sure enjoyed meeting you down at the Cincinnati Golf Show this weekend and showing you your swing on the 2D equipment that I have. And so I want to take about 2 or 3 minutes to just show you around Meadowlinks. This is the studio I use in the winter for all my students. You see there's the down-the-line camera angle for our 2D equipment. And then we have the face-on camera angle also. And then what we also have here is 3D equipment to where I can show you your swing from 6 different camera angles with this 3D equipment. And we can get your swing from down to the 1/120th of a second in terms of exactly what your hips, shoulders, and hands are doing in the swing. And then also, I have the most realistic hitting curve I've ever seen from puttersedge.com. So when you hit your full shots, it feels as realistic as possible. And then I have 3 different green speeds for you to practice your putting. 9.5 on the step meter, 10.5 on the step meter, and 12.5 on the step meter. That's benefited my students tremendously. And then also I have a lot of learning aids like this Smart Stick. You can see the rest of those learning aids over here in my bag. that we can work on to help you learn the certain fields in your golf swing that you and I both want. And then also I help my students a lot with their equipment through the winter. This is a frequency analyzer where we twang your club and it gives us a reading here. And then also we plot your whole set, each club on these lines to see if the set is really matched or not. Quite often they aren't, and it helps my students tremendously when they find out what clubs are the offending clubs. Then if we get tired of being indoors and we want to go outdoors and hit some, we can do that. It's my daughter. Ellie, good to see you. I haven't seen her in weeks. No wonder you've been gone, Ellie. You've been out here playing in the snow all this time. But this is our natural turf area. This is closed until April, as you can see. But it's a fantastic area where we can step outside and hit some balls and get some real ball flight. Or, if we get pretty satisfied that things are looking better on the video here, we're kind of cooped up inside and want to go outside, we can step on out and hit balls and see real ball flight for about 5 or 10 or 15 minutes, however long you and I can stand the cold, out into the air, and we see them land at these different flags. I have a yardage book for this driving range. It's the first one I've ever seen in my life where we know exactly what it is with the front, back, and middle of each green. And again, the covered area here is heated, so we stay out there for about 5, 10, 15 minutes, like I said. It enables us to see some ball flight, and then we get satisfied that things are looking the way we want, and we come back inside, take off our coat, and look again at the video equipment to see how your swing's looking, to make sure that you understand it. And then notice too, my exercise ball up top here, and then also, so I help my students a lot with their fitness through the winter, and then I will help you also with your sports psychology, with your golf psychology from the golfpsych.com people down in Texas. That's helped my students tremendously a lot over the years too. So again, I sure enjoyed meeting you down at the Cincinnati Golf Show this weekend. I look forward to seeing you again out here this summer at Meadowlinks, or even right now in the winter. I have a lot of people that work on their games with me right through the winter. Check out more information about the things I do to help you at joelsuggs.com. Take care.